started telling that incident, I thought that you were going to tell the story about Isa alayhi salam, when the rich man said, "I want to follow you," and then he said, "You have to give up everything if you want to follow me." And he just kind of like, at least the way that they write the story, they don't really record like the response, right? It says he kind of just faded away, backed out. I'm trying to understand, and today you gave the hadith too from Isa alayhi salam, that he came bringing tariqat to that nation. But did it go anywhere? I mean, was there anybody who followed him, or is it something that he had?
Some people follow him. Those ones who follow him, that group is the one that is saved. As the Prophet says, Islam is going to be, Judaism is divided into 71 different groups, Christianity into 72 different groups, and Islam into 73 different groups. And he's saying 71 different groups, only one of them is right, all of them are going to the hellfire. 72 groups, so all of them hellfire, only one. Even amongst the Muslims, 73 groups, only one is correct. The rest, they are going to go to the hellfire. They ask him, which group is this for this ummah? And he says, those who are following the majority. Ahl Sunnat, following my Sunnat. His Sunnat is not just Shariat, his Sunnat is also Tariqat. Because that Prophet is a Prophet of perfection. He brought everything together and it became a success. Not just to introduce and then it disappear. Because every Prophet also brought Tariqat, but not to the whole nation, only to some people. And that some people, that they are ready, then that became the group that is saved. And they continue right up to today. No need to enter, say where they are, which group it is, what is their name, da da da. No need for that. So, now, Isa alayhi salam came to bring that tariqat, and that is also his sunnat. Because his sunnat is, his way is following the teachings of the Shariat of Musa alayhi salam, but now it is with spirituality, with understanding. And you have to have those two wings to be able to fly, especially for that nation. It is preparing for Akhir Zaman too. What is that now that he's saying? As the man, the rich man who says, I want to follow you. Why people want to follow? This is another question. Why people want to follow? Just because somebody wants to follow doesn't mean that they have the right intention. Yes? Just because people, they want to follow a sheikh doesn't mean they have the right intention. They want to follow. Yes? Maybe some people, they want to follow because they say this sheikh is very good. Every time he prays, I get it. He fulfills it. So they want to follow. Yes or no? Yes. Some people, they follow because they want to be saints. They want to work magic. So that's why they follow. Some people, they follow because they want to see this light and that light. Some people, they follow because they say, oh, this tariqat is good because they're all very rich. And if I follow, and then I may get better job also. So different reasons. Of course, there are people who follow sincerely, but why are you are following? What are you looking for? For every knowledgeable person, there is a person with more knowledge. No? For every knower, there is a higher knower. Knowing what? Dollars? Knowing what? Politics? We are looking for the highest knowledge. The highest knowledge is the knowledge of Allah. But the door, the key to that, to the knowledge of Allah, is knowing yourself. If you don't know yourself, you cannot know Allah. So that is the key. How many people they enter into tariqat to know themselves? And like what we said, then the sheikh, to know yourself, is going to show you your ego, your biggest enemy. He's going to show you what are the chains that is holding you back from returning to Allah, both here and hereafter. He must. And he said, "This is a chain. I don't see any chain. It is there. There's a poison. I don't see any poison. I don't feel it. It is there. There is a snake there. I don't see any snake. It is there." Sometimes they say nice words. Sometimes that saint hit you with a stick. So in order to know then, the access to knowledge of Allah, if you're looking for knowledge of Allah, that is what is above every knower. For every knower, there's a higher knower. But you want to know dunya, you're not going to know Allah. You want dunya, then you're not looking for that knowledge. Then what are you looking for? Influence, power, friends, this, that, that. It doesn't mean people who come in with wrong intentions, they cannot change. Of course they can. But sometimes you try, and then it doesn't work, you know. You try, years you're giving them chance, years you're giving them sohbet and everything, but they are not changing, which means now, just because the Shaykh is going to give you sohbet and pray for you, it doesn't mean it's going to work 100%. If that person doesn't want to change, can we say Holy Prophet cannot do anything? He can't do anything. Allah gave him that much authority and power. Yet his own uncles, he cannot make them to say the shahadat. Yes? Which is why. Does he have the power? Yes, he has the power. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving every man the choice, the freedom. And every person, if they don't give permission, even that prophet cannot enter. As the Prophet says, every time you enter into a room, you must ask permission from the owner. What about this heart? For a prophet to enter, you yourself, you must open that heart. So for people who don't want to change, they're not going to change. They can spend 40 years behind that saint. They're not going to change because their heart is not open. So Isa alayhi salam now, he's saying, open your heart to that man who said to him, that man who wants to follow, but Allahu alam why he wants to follow. Maybe he really wants to change. Maybe he's seeing Isa alayhi salam, he's working so much miracles, and he also wants to do those miracles. As the man who is saying to the Prophet ﷺ, tell me, teach me, what is Islam? And the Prophet looked at him and he says, Islam is having good manners. And Shaykh Effendi is explaining this. He's saying because that man was running, he's saying, Prophet ﷺ, you want to talk about miracles? The miracles of Isa ﷺ is nothing compared to the miracles of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. What did he do? Feed? Astaghfirullah. He did all that, huge miracles, yes, but nothing in comparison to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And so many people, they're also following the Prophet ﷺ because they're seeing that and they want it too, so many. So he says, Shaykh Effendi is saying, that man seeing all those miracles and he also wants that kind of power. So he says, what is Islam? Prophet says, Islam is having good manners. He came to the left side. He says, you are the Prophet, you're saying. Tell me, what is Islam? Because so many people also coming here and they say, what is tariqat? They expect me to talk from high marifat levels, secrets of this and that. And we say it's having good manners. And they say, you low level. It's such a low level. You're still telling us we have to be good people, not scream, not shout, don't be angry, don't be proud. Such low level. So they're saying that. That man is saying, so what is Islam? Having good manners. He's still not satisfied. He came to the other side. So tell me, what is Islam? He says, Islam is having good manners. 3 times he's saying it. It's actually the same as what Isa alayhi salam is saying. What is Isa alayhi salam saying to that man who wanted to follow him? If you want to follow me, give up everything that you own and give it to the people that you don't like. Not to your friends, today's people. Oh, I give zakat. Who do you give zakat to? My brother. Oh, your brother you give zakat to? Yeah. Because he's in need of money, so I give zakat. MashaAllah. I didn't know that. 1400 years, I didn't know that your zakat and waqf and everything and charity and sadaqah you can only give to your family. If we did that, it would be another Vatican. Don't marry, and then it's going to spread out. Just keep it like that. But we didn't. It's not the way. People, Islam, there is a law. There's a law that says how much you have to give and who you have to give it to. And there are people who will decide if they fall under that category or not. There's not anyone that you just make up. But there is no authority today. So everyone is just making stuff up. That's another problem. So Isa alayhi salam saying to that man now, whatever that you love so much and you're loving it with your ego, give up from that. That man who came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, his ego is looking for different things, and it's against his ego to have good manners, is what the Prophet saying. Islam is to have good manners. Not only give up, but to have the good manners. Of course, people thinking good manners is just smiling sweetly and sitting in a corner and looking very humble. We've seen so many times we've seen people who look humble that they are not, and people who don't look humble and you know they are. Who are those people who don't look humble and they are humble? They don't look humble, they look normal, or they look even a bit proud, but when nobody is looking, they clean up the toilet. When no one is looking, they're helping other people. When people are yelling at them, saying something, washing them up, insulting or whatever, they don't say anything. When someone is correcting them, they say, yes, you're right. Now look at yourselves as murids. You're doing that to your shaykh. They're not stubborn. So, it's a very deep subject. But we have to understand this. Slowly, inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Yes, sir. What else we have? Any other question? Yeah, some people just don't get it. What can we do? Just don't get it. Then it's not for them. We're understanding more and more also why this tariqat is the highest and it is the most difficult. A person can still sit there for 40 years, still not get it. But it's okay. We don't throw people out because doing like that. If they don't get it, it's okay. Still be an association, but don't do the opposite. When you do the opposite, and you hurt and you make fitna and everything, then that's the time they say, it cannot be here. Weakness, we all have weakness. To be like that, to have good manners and understand our ego, maybe it's going to take years. But you cannot be stubborn and rebellious. That's something else. You can, but just not around us. Astaghfirullah. Especially when it concerns the haqq of others. It involves other people. But if you're coming here thinking you want to see powers and you want to see signs, you want to see dreams and you want to have visions and go to another place. If you're here, you say, I want to be a good one and to learn this about this monster that is inside of me. I think I'm such a nice guy, but I have this sickness that's inside of me. Then to take it out and to become better, stick around. Ya Allah, forgive me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum.